In this section, we're going to be talking about data analysis in New Aware. We're going to be figuring out how to navigate to quick views and single test for a recent online assessment and explaining some of those key features that you would want to know about in order to effectively plan for next steps for students. To navigate to data in quick views, which is going to look much like the old Aware data analysis that you're used to in Classic Aware, you're going to click on quick views. It's important for you to know that if you are a roster teacher and have any extra levels of access, for example, campus-wide access, grade level access, subject level access, all of your Aware data analysis is going to default to all my students. That is just going to be your rostered students. So if you are looking for campus-wide data or more expanded levels of data, you want to switch to Analyze Tests. If you are looking for campus-wide data, you want to switch to Analyze Tests. If you have grade level access, then you might look and see like all my 5th grade students in order to get all the 5th grade data, for example. Once you switch that level of access, for example, here I'm on Analyze Tests, so I'm on campus-wide access. Once you've selected the access, the period, or the expanded campus-wide access that you'd like to look at, for example, here I'm on Analyze Tests, you navigate and find your test type. You navigate and find your test using the filters up at the top. You can type in a keyword of the name of the assessment in the search feature. You don't have to use all of these. These are just some quick tips in order to help you find the test data that you would like. You also have this More button when you're on your laptop that would expand and show you a lot more different options. Once you find the test that you want, you click the box. And I want to show you a very key, important, quick view that you may or may not know about for online testers. It is called Online Testing Details. So you're going to switch that drop-down menu from Student Scores to Online Testing Details. Click Apply, and you're going to see a view like this. You're going to be able to see how long the test was open by the student. You're going to be able to see all of the available supports that they used, including speech to text, which is not shown, but was included in the quick view. So were these supports turned on for this particular student? You can click on any of these headers. For example, in this example, I'm sorting by the students that had text-to-speech enabled. That's why you don't see any no's. They've been sorted down towards the bottom. Once you've sorted by one of those supports, you want to look at the usage column. So for example, these students who had text-to-speech turned on, how many times did they actually click those text-to-speech buttons and use it? Same thing. If they had content clarifiers turned on, how many actual times did they click on and use those content clarifiers? As you're reviewing that kind of data, you also want to compare it with the student's overall performance on that assessment. Were these supports that they had access to and did or didn't use, did they help their score? Did they hurt their score? What does this tell you in terms of how to best prepare students, and also what types of supports do they show data that they need and show data that maybe they don't need if they're already high scoring without them? The Quick Views data section is very much like old Aware. You can always use the drop-down menu to switch to different quick views and see the same test data in different ways, just like you're used to in old Aware. These were very commonly used quick views before: Student Learning Standard Breakdown and Student Individual Responses. I would highly consider you, if you're interested in this kind of data, that you consider looking at single test analysis, which you're going to be looking at later on in a subsequent video. Another new Aware tip for data analysis, just like in the assessment section, you can also create filters for data analysis. You need to first make sure you are on the correct level. So for example, in this example, I've switched it from my classroom, all my students, to Analyze Tests to get campus-wide data, or just leave it on all my students. Then use the filters and set up all the filters that you want. I would recommend you set up every single one for this year, particular grade level, particular subject area, select multiple test types, then click that filter button, then click that bookmark button, and you're going to pull up a similar type of menu where you get to name your filter and click create. After that, anytime you come back to the Quick Views button, you're going to be able to click that bookmark button and quickly get a filtered list of assessments. For example, in this example, a filtered list of 8th grade social studies assessments from this year. You can save multiple filters in case you're an instructional coach, or even if you're a self-contained elementary school teacher and you want to create different filters, like maybe just my 3rd grade math tests or just my 3rd grade RLA tests. You do have to repeat the saved filters on the Quick Views and single test, which is another type of data analysis you'll learn about later. They do not carry over to the same one. So if you want to create filtered lists of data, filtered lists of assessments, you got to repeat it on both of those. To use that saved applied filter, you're going to, next time when you click on Quick Views, or if you've done this on single test, click that bookmark button. You'll see a list. You may see one saved filter, or you might see multiple saved filters. Select the filter you want. Click OK, and it'll pull up a list of only those assessments that meet your criteria. At this time, you will be going into the AWARE site to learn more about single test analysis. You're going to be going into our Pandas site, so open up the orange AWARE folder. Click on Data Analysis. Then in the bar at the top, look for single test. And then you'll be taken to a site like this. You must select one of these videos on locating single test data, either teacher-only access or campus-wide access. Then everyone must watch all 3 videos on the site about the different elements of single test. Afterwards, you're going to be pulling up an assessment that your students have taken, and you're going to be performing and answering some reflection questions as seen on this screen. So make sure to come back to this video or to the slides posted in the professional development section in order to access this information.